If you want to run successful creatives on any platform, there's one thing they need to have. It doesn't matter if you want to scale your Meta ads, your TikTok ads, your YouTube ads, or whatever it is. There's one thing every creative needs to have that is just crucial to make him scale. And I see so many brands making this mistake. They just completely ignore it because they don't know about it. And today I would like to introduce you to this concept, and you probably know about it already, but haven't applied it in the real right way to actually make your ads as scalable as possible. And this is something that again has been around for centuries. This is like human nature, thousands of years. People haven't changed, like human nature doesn't change. And that is one trick to actually hijack the human mind again, so you can make your ads more effective, more competitive in the ad auction, and actually make your platforms more scalable. This will bring down your CPA, this will bring up your ROAS, and this will allow you to spend more ads on the most effective assets in your ad accounts, because they will be created after a certain formula, which I will show you today. So what do I talk about? There's actually one thing that I think, so there are many ways to skin the cat basically, there are many ways to create a creative, but there's one thing that always needs to be there, and that is curiosity. Now you would say, well, that is pretty obvious, or what should I do with that? But if you think about it, there are many ways about it, and there's one thing that every creative needs to have. Now let's take a look at a creative. A creative consists essentially of an introduction, like a hook, a body part, and a call to action closing part. No matter if it's like a 50-minute video or if it's like a 30-second ad. It doesn't matter, it always starts with that. Now, what I see a lot of brands making the mistake with is they feel so great about their product, they feel like it's the best thing ever, and oftentimes it's really a good product. But the thing is, nobody really cares. Like if I say, hey, take my product, buy my course, buy my service or anything just in the beginning to a cold audience, why would they even care? Like they don't really care. What you need to do is bring in curiosity. It's something that is, it's really like an ego wish to know or learn something about. And you probably know this too, like when you watch a trailer for a movie, you will think, hey, what continues next? Or when you think about the cliffhangers on your favorite Netflix series, what happens next? I need to stay on. That is all like curiosity. It is really like a desire to know what's coming. And that is something the human mind needs to have. It's like a kind of a completion. It's a completion bias too, but it's really something that the human mind has to do, otherwise it's not satisfied. And that's why it keeps you watching. That's why TikTok keeps you scrolling and everything like that. And today I would like to share with you how you can use this curiosity. Now, if you think about curiosity, where does it usually sit? Of course, ideally it is like in every paragraph essentially of your creative, or like every part of your creative. But if you think about it, the most crucial part to actually make an ad perform is the headline or the hook. And I think Ogilvy said that when you write your headline, you spend 80 cents out of your marketing dollar. Now why is that? The headline or the hook or the first impression of a creative is actually determining if they keep watching. Now if they keep watching, you can sell them more because you can tell them the story. They will be more accustomed to you, they trust you more. That is really the goal of bringing curiosity in your creatives, to actually make them more watchable in a sense. Like people want to watch them, they can't log off, they need to know what's happening next. Now if you, let's put it into an example. Now if you have, for example, a video creative always starts with a hook. These are like the first 3 seconds, right? Like one of the most famous hooks, for example, is 3 reasons why you need to use X, Y, and Z. Now if you think about it, that is also a great way to create curiosity, because it's a list. People need to know what's on the list, so they keep watching. And there's actually in the ad account, you can create a custom metric that we often use, and it's called the thumbs up metric. It basically tells you out of 100 people how many stop for your ads. And with what I see is with ads that have poor curiosity, poor storytelling in the beginning, they just have like a thumbs up ratio of like 10, maybe 15%. So you see that's like 1 out of 10 people who scroll by. But then we have ads on the other side that have a thumbs up ratio of 30 to 50%. Now that's like every third or every second person in the feed stopping for your creatives. Just think about it, how much more powerful that actually is for your brand, because so many more people start with your ad. They kind of enter into this funnel and you can sell them something that is just beautiful. And that's why you need to have curiosity. Now, what creates this curiosity? We already talked about it. It's especially the hooks in your video creative. So you probably also have a sheet of hooks. Otherwise, if you want to have that, I can also send it to you. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn or in the YouTube comments, and I can give you a version of that. But that is essentially a library of hooks for your video creatives on like Meta, TikTok, YouTube. It doesn't really matter. And the great thing about this is that they already create some curiosity. But what we see lately is that these ads, these hooks that are actually really about secrecy, conspiracies, and also like real like curiosity in a way, they are doing insanely well. For example, one that is absolutely crushing is this one. What nobody tells you about X, Y, and Z. Now this is already going into this conspiracy kind of direction, and also about something that people not to know, like what am I not told? Like, is this the new way kind of thing? And people always want to know about new things. That's why the news are called news, again. And with hooks like that, what nobody tells you about X, Y, and Z, for example, or the secret behind X, Y, and Z, what big pharma doesn't want you to know, things like that, they are absolutely crushing. Like, they are doing so well right now. And it's actually really interesting, because we have so many ads right now that tap into these like secret hooks, curiosity hooks, and they just lure in the people. They're just outperforming. They get so many people to watch the ads and keep them watching, because you build out these stories then based on this hook. So when nobody tells you about back pain, then it continues with like what there is wrong or what is a common belief. The common belief is then crushed. Then we show the actual root cause of it for a lot of people, and then we introduce a solution to it. And the solution introduction is actually further behind in the video, and until then the person just wants to eagerly know what it is about. First, of course, he or she wants to know what it is really about, the conspiracy kind of thing, and then they want to know about the product. Now, is there a solution? And this is really powerful stuff. Now, I want to show you something because it also inspired me a lot. I'm a really big fan of Greg Clemens and Golden Hippo, like the multi-billion-dollar VSL company. And one of their products essentially is Dr. Gundry, like Gundry MD. It's one of the biggest VSL advertisers out there in the space. And one thing I picked up from Greg Clemens is curiosity, and always leave the person better after the ad than what they had before. So you want to teach them something. You want to either be like educational, or you want to inspire them. You want to leave them better than with what they came. And if we take a look at the Gundry ads, for example, these are video ads, these are VSLs, video sales letter ads, that are like 18 minutes long. And if we take a look at this, there are a lot about curiosity and educational content. They also touch on like conspiracies and stuff like that. And there are many more sequences in this VSL to make it work. But essentially every ad, every creative is starting with curiosity. Otherwise, just nobody gives a fuck about your things. So you need to create this curiosity to get people in. If you take a look at this, this is one common question that the audience has. Now, questions that the audience has is a great way to polarize and be relevant to them. If you can ask somebody something that is not like a stupid question that everybody knows, but it's really something they kind of think about and drool upon, then this is a great way to actually filter and target your demo, your audience. If we take a look at this, you see, is olive oil safe to cook with or not? This is a kind of a common belief or something that people have a different opinion about. And you see it's like this famous cooking point kind of thing, if an oil is good or not. And it just continues like that. And then you think like, how do these guys make money? But they continue for minutes about the things in the olive oil. And then he suddenly is with a camel in like Morocco, and he explains how about like he got this famous olive oil, and then suddenly here he is with a camel, and then suddenly the olive oil helps you slim down, something like that. And that is like the complete transformation. Now, if you combine curiosity with storytelling, your shit gets so powerful you can't even imagine. And this is really something, because people love story, people love curiosity, and if you combine that, something like that, is born, and it is just so powerful. Let's take a look at another example. Before you use apple cider vinegar, watch this. Vinegar works to help you slim down. That is something that a lot of people have in like 3 different ways. And he talks about these 3 different ways that it's actually helping you slim down, and these are good things. But then afterwards he talks about it that there's a much better option for that, like, or you would need to drink like a liter of olive oil again for something like that. And then he comes up with this much better option. How he discovered it is how it is the authority. And if you start watching these creatives, this is really a masterclass. These are the best advertisers in the game. You can really see in their work how it works and how they structure these things. And if you start watching this, it is hard to stop watching. Like, I'm not in the demo at all, but these ads are just so engaging that you just want to keep watching. Another great example is, of course, VShred, and there are many other VSL advertisers that we can learn a lot of things from, and we also do VSLs at the agency. They're doing really well. But these are just a beautiful example of how curiosity gets someone into your sales funnel, how you can sell them more, and how people really find these things effective and trust you more if you kind of leave them better than what they came with. And I would say we'll leave it at that. It was just a short video, a quick rant about something that we use every day, and we just see our ads doing really well with this, and I just see too many brands not applying this at all. So I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions, please drop them down below in the comments. And otherwise, I would say have a great week ahead, happy scaling, and I'll catch you in the next one.